Okay. Story Hour Adventures 100% Part 1. Please remove the extension controller to continue. I haven't had a lot of... I don't know if I've ever had a game tell me I can't use the nunchuck. Or else, like, you do not use the nunchuck on this game. Please remove it. Thank you. It's interesting. Most of them are like, hey, use the nunchuck. Instead of like, hey. Yeah. And then this one, I guess, is just like, please get this shit out of your controller right now. Maybe it's like, maybe it's an easy way to get to a debug menu or something. Instructions. Maybe, I don't know.
Select options, point to them with the Wii remote,
right?
And press the A
Ooh,
button.
instruction screen.
Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
Thank you for the good luck, Sivet. Ooh, following the instructions.
Story Hour is an interactive storybook where the viewer can choose different actions for the various characters or interact in certain scenes using the Wii remote. Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
A button.
There are 4 separate stories to choose from, and each story has 2 chapters. You can select these stories and chapters from the main menu. Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
You continue. Doing it. I thought I pressed it already.
As you progress through a story, you will encounter scenes which give you a choice of how to proceed. Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
Oh my god, these instructions are amazing.
Each of these choices will show you a different outcome for the scene. No choice is ever a wrong choice, and you will always continue on with the main part of the story. Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
Doing it.
In some cases,
Damn, this is a long prompt.
asked to interact with a scene using the Wii remote to help a story character complete a task. Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
No.
Different scenes involve different types of interaction. Clear instructions will be given at the beginning of each scene when it occurs. Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
I was in Story Hour Adventures for Nintendo Wii.
If you ever need help while the story is in progress, wait for 20 seconds and a special
For 20 seconds.
Point at this button with the Wii remote and press the A button to bring up more information. Press the A button on the Wii remote to continue.
Oh my god. Wow. The next question. How do I turn a page? Every single prompt, every single thing that it just told me at the end of every single prompt, it said press the A button to turn the page. Every. Right? It told me that probably like 20 times. But how do I turn the page?
When the next arrow is highlighted, you can point to it with the Wii Remote and press A to continue the story. Press the A button on the Wii Remote to continue. When the previous arrow is highlighted, you can point to it with the
Some of
Wii
these
Remote
instruction screens
and
feel
press
like when you
A
have like a
to go
500-word
back
essay,
one step.
but you don't really quite have 500
Press
words.
the A button
You have to
on
just
the Wii
like
Remote
be
to
like,
continue.
well, see, you press the forward button to do this. Then you press the backwards button to do this. When it's like, no fucking way. Thank you. You can also turn to the next page by holding the A button and swinging the Wii Remote from right to left, as if you were turning the page of a book. Press the A button on the Wii Remote to continue. They did not have a voice line for this one, I guess. Or they forgot to put it in. That screen just didn't have one.
You can change how the story progresses in the Options menu. With Style B selected, the pages will turn automatically when the narration finishes. So the story
Narration.
can be experienced
When the
from
narration
start to
finishes.
finish without requiring additional input from the viewer. Press the A button on the Wii Remote to continue.
To continue. Oh my god, we made it through that one. Alright. What if I need help during a You told me that already. I'm doing it.
If you ever need help while a story is in progress, wait for 20 seconds and a special Help button will appear. Point at this button with the Wii Remote and press the A button to bring up more information. Press the A button on the Wii Remote to continue.
Alright, we fucking made it through the instructions. We 100%ed instructions. Okay. Okay. It doesn't appear to be an options menu. Alright, we got Jack and the Beanstalk. We got I can't read this. The Three Brothers, I think. Paul Bunyan and Aladdin. Let's do the Paul Bunyan story.
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan. Options. Okay, so story voice, instruction voice. Turn the story narrator's voice on or off. Story voice and subtitles cannot both be disabled at the same time. Okay. That's fine. Page turning. Style A. The player interacts with the story using the Wii Remote to turn the pages. Select paths and complete exercises to further the story. Alright. So, I think the first time we go through a story, I'll go ahead and read it myself. And then next time we'll just listen to them. Or maybe, no, let's do that. I already said I was going to do that. Let's do it. Play all. Deep in the middle of America lived a very unusual boy who went by the name of Paul Bunyan. Paul lived roughly, in Oklahoma, it looks like? Not Oklahoma, the state above Oklahoma. What is that, like Nebraska or something? Not Nebraska. I don't know. One of these ones. Let's see. I think Memel's here. Uh,
What?
so this is like about Louisiana, yeah.
I don't know.
So it's probably about Oklahoma. Maybe a little bit further up. But anyway. No, you're okay. Paul was not like other boys. There were short boys, medium-sized boys, tall boys, really tall boys, really, really tall boys, and then there was Paul Bunyan. Nope.
I'm gonna have to look.
Paul was so massive that it took whole teams of tailors working night and day for weeks to make new clothing for him. Look at those guys. Yeah. Fabulous. Tailors would turn up from all over the country to show Paul the new clothing they had designed specially for him. Aw. No one just says, Paul, what a nice guy. What a lad. Look at that nice dude. He's just like, I made this for you, Paul. He's just like, that'll be $300,000. They make gloves and a hat. He already has a hat. He's like, this hat will fit you better. And the son's just like, I'm high as fuck. Alright. Can you help Paul pick some new clothing? Point to an article of clothing with the Wii remote. And press the A button to have Paul try it on. Oh, my Wii remote's making noises. I need help. Oh, it just repeats the thing that it told you. That's good help. That's really helpful. I'm sure as a child I would not be completely confused. Okay, Paul, try your Paul shirt on. The tailor showed Paul a new blue t-shirt which he had created. It took me 7 months to create this t-shirt, he told Paul proudly. However, no matter how many new pieces of clothing Paul saw, he would only wear his favorite clothes. When they became dirty, he washed them. If they ripped, they would be patched up. But he refused to wear anything else. So you're saying there's multiple paths I can take in these stories, and I will listen to every other one of them. Because I picked the blue shirt path. Excuse me. Thank you, sorry. Now Paul's closest friend was Babe, and Babe was a big blue ox, almost as big as Paul himself. Everyone who saw Babe agreed that he was the biggest, strongest ox which had ever existed. I was like, in my brain for like 5 milliseconds, I was like, well, why is Babe a guy? And then I'm like, it's a fucking ox. So there's a mega giant ox also, that's blue. Nobody knew where Paul first found Babe. But while he helped Paul a great deal over the years, he also caused a great amount of trouble. Hungry. Babe could never be kept for more than one night at a camp, since he would eat a whole year's worth of food in just 24 hours. So Paul and Babe traveled from camp to camp, town to town, and from one state to the next. That's a hungry cow. I mean, bull. Help me too. In fact, Babe's footprints were so deep that men would often fall into them when it was dark and could only be rescued using long rope. Can you help the poor man out of the hole? Point to the rope with the Wii remote, hold down the A button, and quickly pull the Wii remote toward you 5 times. This game is great. But give it a good heave. Keep pulling. The rope goes down forever. I think I see something. The man is safe. Good work. Of course, British voice in my head. Once, a settler, his wife, and his baby fell into one of the holes made by Babe. And only when the son got out, when he was 57 years old, did anyone learn about the accident. That's funny. Paul just gives no fucks. One day, Paul decided that he needed a hobby. He thought about fishing. He thought about camping. And then he had an idea. He decided to build a ballroom on the White House grounds. I'm just kidding. He decided to make a house for himself out of wood. Paul made an axe out of the largest piece of rock he could find and the trunk of the tallest tree. And he started to chop and chop and chop. What a lad. Can you help Paul chop down some trees? Swing the Wii remote left or right in a chopping motion to help Paul collect some wood. How would that help him collect wood? That would help him kill the trees. I guess. Good. This tree is a stubborn one. Halfway through. Looks like it's about to fall. Look out below. We did it. Paul cleared a quarter of the trees in Oregon by the time he had finished his house. And while the house was absolutely terrible and of no use to anyone, Paul had invented the practice of logging. That's the moral of the story. Paul and Babe took to logging like ducks take to water. And while it was just the two of them, at the start, they had some great adventures together. Aww. If there was a path up into the mountains which was too crooked, he would tie a chain from Babe to one end. He would tie a chain from Babe to one end of the path. And Babe would pull as hard as he could. Can you help Babe fix the crooked path? Point to Babe with the Wii remote. Hold down the A button. And quickly pull the Wii remote up towards you 5 times to help. Pull. This is hard work. I think it's moving. There it goes again. Wow, the road is as straight as an arrow now. And the path would be straightened out in no time. At all. Let's go. In the past, axes were sharpened by rolling rocks down a hill with someone running next to them, holding the head of an axe to the rock. If that's true, that's fucking weird. I don't know if that's true. But Paul Bunyan was smart, and he rigged together the first revolving rock, which he used to sharpen his massive axe. Yeah, that's a big axe. Motherfucker. The first rock was so huge that by the time it had turned once, it was already payday again for Paul's logging crew. It just takes a really long time. I feel like that doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. One day, Paul was so fed up of having to abandon work at night that he installed the northern lights in the sky so that there was always light available for him to see the trees. So he just installed a ton of light bulbs in the sky before light bulbs were invented. Time passed, and soon Paul became known as the best and fastest logger in the land. Maybe he did come after. I mean, I guess logging was invented after electricity and phones. One day, he suddenly was contacted by the mayor of a new city. Paul was asked to deliver logs 100 miles upstream to the location where the new city was being built. Paul climbed up a huge mountain, looked around, and saw 3 sprawling forests. However, he couldn't decide which should be used to build the new city. Do I get to choose? Ooh, can you help Paul pick which trees to cut down? Point to a section of the forest with the Wii remote and press the A button to select it. I'm gonna put it next to the mountain so that if there's an avalanche, then they all die. What did I say? I didn't select the ones that are most likely to kill the town. Paul slid down towards the forest and, feeling thirsty, drank deeply from a river nearby. When he was full, he headed back into the forest. So Paul set about chopping down all the trees in the forest. He chopped, and he chopped, and he chopped. Can you help Paul chop some wood? Doing it again. Swing the Wii remote left to right in chopping motion to help Paul cut down a good tree. These trees are huge. That was a great swing. Keep going. Nearly there. Fucking swing, you fuck. Timber. Now all other loggers would have been stumped. Get it? Sorry. How do you send logs upstream up one of the most twisted, winding rivers in the world? With D's. These gigantic Paul Bunyan nuts. Firstly, he trekked all the way to the North Pole. When he arrived, he found himself thirsty, so he pulled a huge wood plane out of his pocket and used it on a nearby frozen mountain. I don't know if I'm high enough for this. Can you help Paul use the huge plane on the frozen mountain? Quickly move the Wii Remote forward and backward to help Paul shave ice off the mountainside. Dude, Paul's fucking hard at this shit. This ought to make a nice cool drink. The ice is starting to pile up. Almost finished. I'm gonna make snow cones. The size of an office building. Ooh, that was a lot of ice. Well done. Thanks, game. Oh my fucking god, he did make a snow cone. I didn't even know he was gonna do that. I'm not even gonna lie. Using the ice shavings from the mountain and some sticky maple syrup from all the trees he had been cutting down, Paul created the world's first snow cone. I genuinely did not even know he was gonna make a snow cone. Yeah, he's fucking the inventor of a lot of world firsts, and he can also straighten out straight things, I guess, or curved things. Next, he used his giant axe on the same mountain to chop off a huge chunk of ice. He dragged the chunk of ice across the frozen plains up to the edge of the water. Paul then floated the ice back to his logging camp, creating the world's first iceberg. Fuck off. Paul invented global climate change? I don't know. Temperature, fluctuation just didn't exist before Paul Bunyan. When Paul and the ice reached the camp and pushed it into the river, he pushed it into the river, freezing it instantly so that it could be straightened out. See, but I guess telephones just existed before icebergs. Next, he took a huge chain, tied one end to Babe, and the other to the near end of the river. The near end? What does the near end mean? The nearest end? And Babe pulled and pulled and pulled. Do I get to help Babe this time? Yeah! Fuck yeah! My favorite part. Can you help Babe straighten the frozen river? Point to Babe with the Wii Remote, hold down the A button, and quickly pull the Wii Remote toward you 5 times. Yeah, helping Babe is definitely the best part so far. Yeah, you can do it, Babe. That's a good boy. I think it's working. Good boy. Get in there. Yeah, straighten out that river. Almost done. Well done. Look how straight that river is. In the next picture. Pop. And then suddenly, with a loud pop, the river straightened right out. A huge grin appeared on Paul's face. Soon after, the icy river began to melt, and the water ran free again. Finally, Paul and Babe started to make their way upstream, traveling for days along the bank of the river. They passed forests, mountains, saw all sorts of animals and settlements, and finally went past the new city which was being built. And I guess he went past some teepees and a giant raccoon. And a giant moose. A giant tiny moose? Because it's just the perspective is really wonky in this, because there's teepees, but then there's a raccoon, which could be in the foreground, to be fair, but then there's just this moose, which I guess, I don't know, moose can be kind of big, but are they as tall as teepees? Some teepees were pretty big, I don't know, man. Anyway. One morning, they reached exactly what Paul was looking for. A huge mountain made entirely of salt. Paul knew that salt was Babe's favorite treat, and Babe started to look hungrily at the side of the mountain. I like the salt sign somebody put on there. They're like, this is Salt Mountain or something. Cow noises. Soon Babe became so thirsty from all the salt that he started to run around frantically trying to find something to drink. He ran up to the river where he greedily started to drink all the water he could. Babe, no, you're going to kill the population. He drank and drank, and as the water was sucked upstream, the logs needed to build the city came with it. Oh, that was extremely clever, I guess. I don't know if that's how that works, but okay. The mayor and the residents of the city were so thankful that they built a giant golden statue of Paul and Babe in the middle of the town and started worshiping it and denying their, I don't know, I was going to say just like not worshiping their god. As the sun set, Paul and Babe wandered off into the forest, heading far away from the city they had helped build in search of new friends and new adventures. 'Cause those people in the town were kinda lame. Just saying. The end. Illustrated by Stan Chow. Shoutouts to Stan Chow. Wow, that was worth it. Alright, so we've read that one. Let's go ahead and listen to a story now. We'll come back to Paul Bunyan because there are 5 more options that we can get from that. So, and there's also a just automatic playing story that we can listen to. Oh hey, there's a little Babe. Little figure of Babe here. That's actually really cute. Was that there before? Maybe I just didn't notice it or didn't really think about it. Anyway, I like that. There's a little Babe 3D little like plush kind of. Okay, let's listen to Jack and the Beanstalk, or at least let's play the Jack and the Beanstalk one. Jack and the Beanstalk, but with the narrator on. Okay. Jack and the Beanstalk. Play on.
Long time ago, in a magical land far away, on a quiet little farm, lived an old widow, her son Jack, and their cow. Every morning Jack woke up, jumped out of bed, and took the cow's milk to market to be sold.
Oh, I like the bird noises. This might be one of the best, one of the top 5 places in Story Hour Adventures for Nintendo Wii to smoke weed. We might just have to sit here for a second and enjoy these bird noises. Smoking some literary weed. There's supposed to be an ad starting here. I'll just start the ad myself. thought the Paul Bunyan story was kind of silly. Paul invented snow cones and icebergs and logging and Hinduism.
Like, honestly, I don't know.
Axes. And the letter J. All right, we're back. Let's turn the page.
One day the cow gave no milk. What are we
Fuck.
going to do? Asked Jack's mother. We have no money, and we've been unable to find you a job on any of the farms nearby.
And I'm only 13 years old. She just looks young.
Don't worry, Mother, said Jack confidently. I'll take the cow to market, sell her, and we will see what we can do. So Jack went out into the garden to find the cow.
Alright.
Can you help Jack find the cow? Point to objects on the screen with the Wii remote and press the A button to see where the cow is hiding.
Okay, we could check the tree, the hail, bay hails, the hail, hay bales, or the this area. Let's check the hay
That's
bales.
not a cow.
Oh.
No cow here.
Oh,
There we are. Now Jack is ready for his trip to the market.
y'all good? Okay. Oh no.
Jack and the cow walked down the dusty old path leading from his house and made their way towards the local town where the market was held.
Market. I guess this whole story just has the bird noises in the background.
When Jack and the cow were halfway to the market, they met a kindly old man who stopped them on the road. "Good morning, Jack," said the old man. "Where are you off to on this fine day?" Jack wondered how the old man knew his name.
Oh man, stalker. Stalker man.
"I'm off to market to sell my cow," replied Jack. The cow let out a loud moo. "You look like a smart fellow," said the old man. "I have an offer for you. I have some beans, but they're very special magic beans. I'll swap you a handful of my magic beans for your cow." "That's a terrible trade," said Jack. "My cow is worth much more than some old beans. What makes them so special?" The old man smiled at Jack. "Well, if you put these in the ground, then by the next morning they'll grow right up to the sky."
We'll get high as fuck, man. With these beans. We promise.
"And if that doesn't happen," continued the old man, "then you can have the cow back."
Excuse me.
"Right," said Jack, and he took a handful of beans from the old man.
Can you help Jack count the beans? Point to each bean using the Wii remote and press the A button to count it. That's 1 bean, 2 beans, 3 beans, 4 beans, 5 beans, 6 magic beans.
Jack said goodbye to the old man, left his cow, and headed back home to his mother. When Jack arrived home, his mother asked him how much money he managed to get for the cow.
Aw, shit, here we go.
You'll never guess, Mother, said Jack. 5 coins? 10 coins? Not 20 coins? She asked excitedly.
Aw, shit.
No, I mean, you'll never be able to guess, Mother. You see, I met this old man who gave me some magical beans. What? Cried his mother.
What?
You traded our only cow for beans, you fool! And with that, she grabbed the beans and went to throw them out of the window.
I almost feel like they recorded the voices of the people, but then slowed them down by like 5%.
Can you
Not
help
more.
Jack's mother get rid of the beans? Grasp each bean with the A button on the Wii remote and release it at the edge of the screen to throw it away.
Will you help Jack's mother discipline Jack? Use the A button to slap Jack's right across the face. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna throw it in your peanut plant, your planter there. This is a very modern home.
1,
Oh. I like how she uses a regular melting candle with like those old holders, but then she has a nice, really nice picture frame. A couple of really nice picture frames and like nails and curtains. Did I not put that out the window or not?
2,
Nice.
3,
Hut. 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 Huh.
4,
Hut.
5, and
Huh.
that makes 6.
That was probably the most
The
exciting
beans
interactive part
landed
so
in
far.
the soft soil outside of the window and magically started to sink downwards into the ground. That night,
Magically,
Jack
ooh.
was sent to bed without any supper.
God damn it, Jack.
The next morning, Jack woke up and the room looked different. The sun was shining outside, but only a little light managed to get into his bedroom.
He has his own fishbowl
Jack rushed outside
with like
to see
glass-
what was
a
blocking
glass-
the window.
fishbowl. A globe. Extremely modern room. They just have these. They just have the old melting candles on the side too. No worries.
Jack couldn't believe what he saw. The magical beans that his mother threw out of the window the day before had grown into a huge beanstalk which reached all the way up to the clouds. Jack raced back into the house, up to his bedroom, and over to the bedroom window.
Can you help Jack get to the beanstalk? Point to the bedroom window with the Wii remote and press the A button to help Jack open it. Quick, Jack!
A button.
Out the window!
Dude, I pressed the A button. Let's go.
Grabbed onto the huge
We did it.
beanstalk outside his window and started to climb. Jack climbed and climbed and climbed some more.
Go, Jack. Go. Go. Go.
When Jack reached the top of the beanstalk, he found a magical land which stretched as far as he could see. In front of him were 3 paths leading off into the distance.
Oh man, branching paths.
Help Jack choose which path to follow. Point to a path with the Wii remote and press the A button to select it.
Alright, we're gonna go middle. Let's do it.
Jack walked along the outside of the forest, whistling a happy tune. Some deer poked their heads out of the forest as he walked past. When Jack finally reached the end of the path, he was quite surprised to find a huge house. Outside the house stood a very tall woman. "Good morning," Jack called out, being as polite as possible. "I'm quite hungry. I didn't have supper last night, and I just climbed quite a way. Would you be able to give me some breakfast?" "You're after breakfast, are you?" replied the very tall woman. "Well, you better be running along, or it'll be you that'll end up as breakfast.
Damn.
My
At least she warned
husband
him.
is an ogre, and there's nothing he likes more than a little boy broiled on toast."
Oh my god. That's horrendous. It's like the new avocado and toast.
"I'll probably collapse from hunger before your husband gets a chance to eat me for breakfast," replied Jack. Now, the ogre's wife had a kind heart, so she took him into the kitchen and gave him a chunk of bread, a slice of cheese, and a glass
Slice of cheese the size of his fucking head.
Suddenly, the house started to shake. Thump, thump, thump. "Oh no," said the ogre's wife. "It's my husband. Quick, hide."
Jack needs to hide, and quickly. Can you help Jack hide behind the bookcase? When you find the bookcase, point to it with the Wii remote and press the A button.
I like he has a picture of his wife. That's fun.
Here's a good place to hide.
Doo-doo.
Just as the ogre opened the door, Jack dived
Oh man, yeah,
behind
Jack
the
wouldn't want to be
bookcase
caught
in the corner of the room.
hanging out with the ogre's
made
wife.
his way to the kitchen to see his wife.
Husband comes home.
What is that smell? Boomed the ogre. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood.
Smell
of
the
an
cum of an
Englishman.
Englishman.
Be he alive
I mean blood.
or be he dead, I'll have his bones to grind my bread.
I'll have his bones to grind my bread. You grinding your bread, dude? With bones?
Don't be
What?
silly, dear, said the ogre's wife. You're imagining things. You should have some breakfast. So the ogre sat down and hungrily ate his breakfast while Jack hid nearby.
I'm not even feeling sick or anything, but this game, listening to these stories is like, it's like going to,
After breakfast, the ogre
I don't even know, man. It's
pulled
like I
some
feel like
old cloth
I'm
bags
living in a fever dream right
full
now.
of gold coins from a chest and started to count his gold. Soon his head began to nod and he fell asleep.
I'm like, bruh.
Jack snuck out from behind the bookcase and up to the sleeping giant. He slowly reached out and grabbed one of the bags of gold, then made his way to the door.
Damn, dude, Jack's gonna be rich as fuck.
Outside the house, Jack
What's up,
sprinted
Gary?
as fast as he possibly could
Where
down
am
the
I?
path and back to the beanstalk. As he reached it, the bag of gold split open and gold coins spilled all over the ground.
Jack, no, you fucked up royally.
Can you help Jack pick up the gold coins off the floor? Point to each of the 6 coins with the Wii remote and press the A button.
I'm just gonna stare at Jack awkwardly and with all of the animals. We're just all going to stare at Jack awkwardly for a moment.
That's 1 coin,
Ooh, my Wii remote made a ding.
2 coins, 3, 4, 5 coins. Nearly there.
Here, I'll try and point it. Here.
6 coins. Now Jack has all the coins.
That ding noise, if you guys heard it, was the Wii remote ding.
When Jack had picked up all the gold coins, he climbed back down the beanstalk. When he reached the house, he showed his mother the gold and told her all about his adventure.
And she's like, bro. I'm buying me a new son. I mean,
Jack and his mother lived happily for a while, until one day when Jack decided to climb back up the beanstalk to see what other adventures he could have.
Oh man, Jack's getting into some more shit.
And so he climbed and climbed and climbed.
And as he climbed, his mother quietly locked the door behind him.
And in no time he found himself back outside the ogre's house, where the ogre's wife was once again standing. "Good morning," said Jack, being as polite as possible. "Would you be able to spare some breakfast? I'm starving."
I'm starving.
"Run along, little boy," said the ogre's wife, "or my husband will eat you up for breakfast. Aren't you the boy who came here before? A bag of gold went missing that day."
Ah,
"That's
shit, they
certainly
know about the gold."
strange," replied Jack.
So the moral of the story is do not return to the scene of the crime.
"I might know something about it, but I'm so hungry I can't possibly speak until I've had something to eat." So the ogre's
You
wife
okay?
took Jack inside and gave him some breakfast.
Holy fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're good. God damn.
But before Jack could touch his breakfast, the house began to shake. "It's my husband! Quick, hide!" cried the woman.
Quick! Jack needs to hide again. Point to the red pot with the Wii remote and press the A button.
The red pot? I don't know, man. I think Jack should hide in the blue one.
That's not a very good hiding place.
Oh, suck my
That's
nuts.
not a very good hiding place. That's not a very good hiding place. That's not a very good hiding place.
What?
That's not a very good hiding place.
That's my nuts, so I was like,
That's not a very
as
good
I came
hiding
back in.
Good job. The ogre will never find Jack here.
Ah, yes.
Jack had just vanished behind the plant pot when the ogre burst through the door to the house. "What is that smell?" asked the ogre. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman."
Oh, man. The ogre's wife is hanging out with another man. Eating his cereal.
"I don't know what you're talking about," said the wife. "You
Sure.
sit down and have some breakfast."
Kelsey, you're cute.
So once again the ogre ate his breakfast, and after he finished he pulled a magical hen out of a cage which sat nearby. "Lay," ordered the ogre, and the hen laid a beautiful golden egg. Soon after, the ogre fell fast asleep, and the house shook with his snoring. Jack came out from behind the plant pot and slowly crept his way over to the hen.
That is a, 3-foot tall hen.
Can you help Jack catch the hen which lays the golden eggs? Point to the hen with the Wii remote and press the A button to catch it.
Up. He's a moving up. This is definitely the best place in the entire game to smoke weed. 100%. Touch
Why does the trash?
the vase. Yeah, like the blue vase.
Yeah. Oh, the big.
It does kind of look like it could be like a jean cover.
Yes.
Like they put jeans on the vase. Yep, this is the best place in the whole, probably one of the best places in the whole game to smoke weed. Number 1 spot. The hen chase game. And best place.
Good work. Time for Jack to escape.
Jack got the cock. The
However,
giant's
just
cock.
as Jack ran towards the door with the hen, it let out a loud
I guess it's not a cock.
and woke up the ogre. Jack dared not look back and sprinted out of the house and towards the beanstalk before the ogre could see him. Jack climbed back down the beanstalk and showed the magical hen to his mother, who was very, very happy.
She has absolutely no quarrels whatsoever with Jack stealing things.
Time passed, and once again Jack decided to see what adventures he could find up the beanstalk. He woke early one morning and opened up the window in his bedroom.
Can you help Jack get to the beanstalk?
I get to play the press the A button game again.
And press the A button to help Jack open it.
This is the best interactive part of the whole game, where you press A.
There's the beanstalk.
Wow. Nothing changed. Let's go.
Once again he climbed and climbed until he reached the top of the beanstalk. This time he was sure that the ogre's wife wouldn't be happy to see him, so he hid in some bushes near the
No
house.
fucking way. Damn, now he's going back with both the wife and the husband looking out to try and eat his ass.
When the ogre's wife came outside to get some water from the well, Jack crept inside and hid under the table. Jack hadn't been there for long when he heard the usual thump, thump, thump of the ogre returning home, and into the house walked the ogre and his wife.
And then the...
"What is that
I'm just kidding.
smell?" asked the ogre. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman."
And then it's like Jack definitely just hid at the wrong time, where it's like they definitely had sex in the kitchen, and Jack hid under the table, and he's just like, this is extremely
"Your
awkward.
gold and your hen," cried the ogre's wife.
Well,
And
that's
they ran
how
around
Jack
the
learns
house
about,
trying to
you know.
find Jack.
Can you help Jack distract the ogre and his wife? Remember the
What is
red
this
gun on
Sims
the
ass
bookcase where Jack hid
perspective?
during his previous adventures? Point at each of them with the Wii remote and press the A button to get the ogre to check again.
It's like... It's almost like somebody was like making art, like this was like the very, very beginning of whatever they were making, right? They were like, let's make like a medieval Sims game. And then they're like, immediately after they start it, they're like, wait, fuck, I don't know how to make a video game. So that was it. There's just like random, I don't know, I just thought this was just a funny random Sims looking perspective. They're like, here, let's use a random isometric view of the entire house with the roof missing view.
Rah!
Rar? Ruh? Am I... Okay. I think I missed something here. Oh,
Where
wait.
is he?
Oh, am I supposed to be the giant? My bad.
Luckily for Jack, they didn't check.
Maybe
for
I should
one
pay
place
attention.
Where he was hidden, safely under the table. Well, said the ogre.
I think I was distracting the
Your
ogre.
nose must be playing up again because he isn't here. Sit down and have some breakfast.
You must have the long COVID. Long giant COVID. I told you not to go to the store that one time. Leaving the beanstalk. You know, it's pretty easy for us to avoid, you know, going out to the market, giant.
So the ogre sat down and ate his breakfast, but every so often he would check somewhere else in the room for Jack, and then sit down again looking confused. Luckily for Jack, not once did he check under the table. Bring me my golden harp, said the ogre. So his wife brought it over and placed it on the table in front of him. Sing, said the ogre, and the harp started to play the most beautiful melody Jack had ever heard.
Ooh, it's a magic harp. And let me guess, Jack is gonna fucking steal it. Yeah.
Soon the ogre
Of fucking course he's gonna steal his fucking harp.
once again
God damn it, Jack.
with the booming sound of his snoring.
What did this guy do to you?
Jack crept out from under the table and, as quietly as he possibly could, made his way towards the ogre.
Don't you fucking do it, Jack. He did it! Oh my god.
Reached the golden harp. He
Fucking Jack.
quickly grabbed it. However, the harp started to call for its master, and the
Oh my
ogre
god.
woke up with a start.
Jack, you done fucked up now, man.
The ogre looked down to see Jack running towards the door.
Jack's just like,
carrying
yoink.
the golden harp, and quickly ran after him.
Oh
Jack
fuck.
raced through the door and towards the beanstalk, with the ogre following him.
Damn, Jack. He's gonna find out where you live and where your mom lives and stuff.
Quick! Help Jack outrun the ogre. Swing the Wii remote up and down to make
I'm gonna
Jack
do nothing.
run faster, so he doesn't get caught.
I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna let Jack get caught. How about that? I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing. Best place to smoke weed in Story Hour Adventures number 3. The part where Jack is about to get caught and you don't help him get away from the, giant. You don't help him steal things. I'm just gonna let Jack get caught. It's fine. I'm just gonna load up a little bit of something, and this is the only time in the whole entire game where I'm gonna sit here and wait while I do this, just in case if for some reason there's a cool Easter egg where somebody's like, hey, how about if they do wait here for like 5 minutes, they get the bad ending where Jack gets eaten. alive. And a violent, very graphic ending. Illustrated and all. And voice acted by all the British actors in the game. Come on, Giant, get Jack. Come on. Rita, get your fucking... Teach him what's what. Kid keeps jacking all of your valuable possessions. Your magical harp, your fucking chicken, like your pet chicken. You just took it. You just took that sumbitch. And your gold. He took your money too. Granted, these are like probably kind of rich giants and stuff, but like, okay.
Which giants is crazy?
Ogres, I guess, rather. Very, very well off ogres. Okay,
Keep
well,
running, Jack. The ogre is getting closer. Almost there. You made it.
we did it.
Jack reached the beanstalk and started to climb down as fast as he could. All the time, the golden harp cried out to the ogre. The ogre soon reached the beanstalk and started to climb down after Jack.
Ah, fuck, Jack, you fucked up big time.
Jack continued to climb, his heart racing. The ogre continued to chase him, and the golden harp continued to cry out for its master. When Jack was nearly home, he shouted out for his mother to bring him an axe.
Kill the giant ogre.
Jack's mother heard his cries and ran out of their house carrying an axe. Jack jumped off the beanstalk, dropped the harp, grabbed the axe, and started to chop at the base of the beanstalk.
Can you help Jack chop down the beanstalk? Swing the Wii remote left or right in a chopping motion to help Jack.
This is a runner-up for the best, one of the best spots, because this also is kind of like a spot where Jack could just get totally fucked, because I don't help him theoretically, right? Because like I'm supposed to be helping him chop down the tree so that the giant doesn't get to him, and kill him and his mother or something.
So you get
Well, I don't get mad. So like I didn't fucking. I am not participating in this. I just watched it all happen. I'm a bystander. Do you want to hit?
in me.
Yeah. All right, I'll help
Hurry,
Jack. Fucking.
The ogre is coming.
You know what? Actually, never mind.
I like that today. Today you're really sticking and hot.
You're hot.
Nice
But
swing.
you know what? No.
Do it again.
Nice swing. Do it again.
It's halfway there. Just one more swing.
Well, living on a prayer.
Well done.
Jack chopped and chopped, and very soon the giant beanstalk started to topple. The giant
Started to topple.
fell
Topple.
to the ground with a
Topple.
huge thump. which was
Popple.
heard for miles around.
Which was heard for miles around. No shit, that's a thick tree. And I guess, you know.
The ogre landed deep in a forest nearby, and just like the old man who sold Jack the magic beans, he was
never seen again. Damn, Jack killed a guy that he stole from.
That's so many crimes.
Yeah, like all he did was just steal things. He broke into his house. He maybe fucked the ogre's wife.
Golden harp, and along with the hen which laid the golden eggs, they lived happily ever after.
That story was just terrible. I mean, I kind of like the story itself, but there's no morals to this at all. Illustrated by Simon Scales, ooh, or however you say their name, Scales. Okay. Okay, well, sweet. That's probably where I'm gonna call it today on this game. I'm probably also gonna take a bit of a break. I'm probably gonna call it on the stream for a bit. This was the Jack and the Beanstalk story was a bit longer than I expected it to be. That's fine. There was two more paths we could take on that story, so we'll do that story 2 more times later. Next time we'll oh, and also I need to read the story once. And there's also Aladdin and the Three Brothers, and we'll get to those stories eventually, but yep, that is this game. You can't do anything.
The Three Brothers.
Three Brothers. X-Domain. Anyway, but yep, we'll be back sometime later. I might stream later today. I'll probably try and get some stuff done. But thanks for watching today, guys. We'll do some more story hour adventures soon. We'll try and do every branching path and every story at least once, just to I mean, since I'm trying to like 100% every game, I mean, I at least would be going through each story version once, or at least, you know, get to see at least every little bit. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.